Kwa stu tuna roll my joints, ha. More cash, more coins. Don't disrespect me, boy. Kwani ni kesho sit na spoil. His buzz ni hot, like they've been a foil. Na wezi niambia shit maboka ujasikiza Buruklyn Boyz. Kwa stu tuna roll my joints, ha.
Karibu. This is Boiler Room and Ballantine's Deconstructed series. My name is Huilly Huile. What we're doing today is pushing music culture forward by broadcasting sounds from around the world. We're also sharing tips and tricks so the producers can level up their skill game, and obviously, we get the artists the respect that they deserve. All right, let me introduce the homies. From my right over here, I got Clue, producer extraordinaire, repping Wrong Guy. I have the Buruklyn Boyz, AJ, and Mr. Right, both repping Buru. Niaje, guys, welcome to the studio.
Shukran sana.
I want to get into coins and ask you a little bit about this brand new song that you guys have. But before that, can you tell people how you guys met? I think this is the first song you guys do together, right?
So yeah, this is the first we did. At that moment, I was actually engineering their forthcoming album, and so before the final session, we decided why not work with one of my beats, and yeah, I remember playing them this beat, and yeah, they vibed with it, and I stepped out to go grab something for all of us to eat because we had spent the all night in the studio. Yeah, that's Snow Records, yeah. So when I walked back in, Mr. Wright was already recording the chorus, yeah, and AJ was doing the vocal tracking, and yeah, I was impressed because the creative juices couldn't wait for the producer to come back. So yeah, they just got on with it, and yeah.
That's crazy.
It was perfect.
One thing guys will hear a lot when they're listening to your tracks is Kwanini Kesho. Can you guys break it down for people who don't speak Swahili, like what that means? Because everybody's saying it right now. It's really like, it's become like an expression that's really quite popular.
Kwanini Kesho, it means like if you're supposed to do something, you're doing it today and not tomorrow. So when someone asks you, or when someone asks you in Nairobi or anywhere in the world, if someone asks you Kwanini Kesho, you just tell them si kesho.
It ain't tomorrow.
Yeah,
not tomorrow.
Yeah, we're doing it today.
And now it's in everybody's mouth.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You guys are having a huge influence lyrically as well as, with the sonic, the sound of the drill music that you guys are pushing forward here. So that's dope. AJ, from your point of view, what makes a really successful drill track?
First of all, I think it's the beat. Your beat yenye unatumia inamata sana. Rhyming scheme yako, vitu na rhyme about, yani your flow pia inamata tu vitu nyingi.
And the combination of all of those things, I find, is in almost every single one of your songs.
Yeah.
I love that, like, adventurous side of you guys. That's what you want out of artists, Fearless creativity. You guys embody that, in my opinion. Nice. So, Clue, can you walk me through basically the first steps of the beat? Let people know how you made this fire.
Oh, sure. I made this beat. I was just alone in the house, and I was playing. I was going through samples in Discord. We have this producer community in Discord where different producers just throw in different things they're working on. You can even find, unfinished melody, finish it. So it's more of a collab thing going on there.
Word.
Yeah, and when I really came across this, I knew this was the one. The second I had that vocal chop, I knew I needed to use it. It goes like this.
I feel like you're hostage, me a lover, hidden under covers. When you love me, when you wake up, is it me or am I not enough? Then you leave and I'm hollow. Some days I get so low, there has to be a way out.
Yeah, so beautiful, yeah. Plus, it was already kind of mixed and it was well reverbed. I didn't really do nothing much to it. I just needed it the way it was. And from there, I had to establish the chord progression for it. And I really just followed the chords for the vocal and made a simple key. Yeah, so basically that's the backbone of this beat.
You just, the chord progression was just following that vocal chop.
That vocal chop,
heard, right?
yeah.
You basically drew this in by hand, right?
Yeah, I just did it by hand. So after that vocal chop, it guided me to make the melody. I did the same. I drew it, FL Studio sometimes is so inspiring because you see their pen, you see a rubber to delete and what you don't want. So it's like drawing, it's art you're doing here. Once you have the chord, everything else is flowing through the chord. Music is really that easy. So after the melody, I throw in the bass, the synth bass, just, to build up, the introduction, that scary, that dark stuff. Yeah, along some soulful melody. Yeah, and it was so easy because you're not just following you're really just following the chord. So, yeah, that gave me really nice bass. I just needed some, what makes drill. And for me personally, I think it's the
hi-hats.
Yeah, that really what separates a drill beat from a trap beat. That, like, the first thing. Otherwise, drill and trap share the same melodies.
Do you want to walk us through the hi-hat pattern? I mean, some people might already know, but I'm curious to see how you did it.
Okay. So here's the hi-hat. Really simple and really flowing. I have 2 hi-hats. That's one. Then later on, I added another hi-hat just to break the monotony of hi-hats, especially in the breaks. It's my secret sauce. It's a wav. I just drop it in any project that I do just to bring difference. So it was so simple. Just to bring something different because I don't want to play the same hi-hat pattern through the song. So after that, I added snares, and this is how it sounded. Now I went to the drum sections, and this is how my drum sounded like. All right, and
Nice.
then now that's the drums with the 808, the kick. Here's the kick pattern. It just comes in, to add in that punch, and we have the snare just to drive the groove and everything. Yeah. So
That's fire.
yeah, thanks. And then after that, now with the hi-hats. Yeah. So basically that was it.
Nice. That's such an interesting workflow. Are you using any hardware at this point?
On the beats, like 4 times out of 10, I'll use a piano MIDI keyboard to make beats, but most of the time I'm always just using the laptop as it is because we have this feature. It's called a piano roll. You can literally draw your notes. FL Studio kind of turns your keyboard, your typical computer keyboard, into a piano, so you don't really need much gear, like hardware, to do your stuff.
Is this part of your philosophy when you produce, maximizing what you can do within this one DAW?
Yeah.
You're doing a lot just within, the options that are given to you there.
What really matters is the outcome, your final product.
Yeah.
Is it okay? That's really what counts.
All right, so now that you guys have heard the beat, Mr. Wright and AJ, I'm curious to know, because this beat has a melodic element that's a bit more emotional than a lot of your other beats, most of them are really hard-hitting. Did that inspire you guys for the lyrics at all?
Yeah. I think it has inspired us because you can't just rap anything, you can't rap anything on any beat. You have to go with the theme of the beat.
Just ride with it.
Yeah, the more, the way you said it's emotional. Yeah, we just had to stick with what you're feeling, and that track coins, as in it's just pure what we were feeling and what we've seen before.
I feel that. And I think you guys came with, such great content for the bars in that song. How, your lyric game is untouchable. Other people not able to compete with the beats or the lyrics you guys are bringing, but then also having that flip side of the, telling people about the reality. It's not all roses, right?
Yeah.
So, Mr. Wright, you're being touted as the hook legend, the hook genius. You make incredibly catchy, bars to keep people anchored in the song. Can you tell me a bit about how you come up with your hooks?
It's easy for me to make a hook because I've done this since back then. Like I started rapping at 2016, yeah, and I'm connected to music, and music is my passion, so it comes easy, yeah.
So just the experience of doing it over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
What is it about the drill sound that appeals to you guys? And what do you think makes the drill sound so unique?
I think what makes the drill songs so unique, it's the pattern of the beat, the way the producers put the hi-hats, the kicks, the snares, the melodies.
So, you guys have a lot of fans watching right now and a lot of aspiring producers and rappers as well. I want to hear from each one of you what advice you would give to people who are on the come up.
Just do it basically. Yeah.
Put in the work.
Just
That's
put in
it.
the work, and the least you can do is just do.
AJ?
I'll just tell them that they put more work, as in waendelee kufanya tu chenye nafanya, and kila siku, as in kama msanii, kama msanii take it serious, as in uko na practice, yeah, like practice daily. Practice daily, itaiva si kitu. It's not something that you can wake up tomorrow and say you want to be a rapper or you want to be a drill rapper, and then you just become and you play. It's something that takes time, and you have to be patient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need that consistency, kabisa.
Yeah.
Mr. Wright?
Just do your thing, hit the stool, hard work, put God first, and you'll reach where you want.
Guys, thank you so much. That was really insightful. I learned a lot. I feel like everybody out there did too. Thank you for your time. This has been really inspirational. Thanks, everybody. This has been Boiler Room and Ballantine's Deconstructed series. My name is Huilly Huile. Big shout out to Buruklyn Boyz and Clue for holding it down today. Peace.
Kwa stu tuna roll my joints, more cash, more coins. Don't disrespect me, boy. Kwani ni kesho sit na spoil. His buzz ni hot, like they've been a foil. Na wezi niambia shit, my broke out just skiza Buruklyn Boyz.